Today we're gonna do an Aer City Pack 2 review. In this video, we're gonna talk about the pros, the cons, we're gonna pack the bag out, I'm gonna give you my honest take, and you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video, because if you're not quite sold that the City Pack is for you, I'm gonna make a couple alternative suggestions for bags that might better suit your needs. There's so many options in the market, it's crazy. But let's start with this guy first. It's an amazing pack. Let's talk about the gist of the Aer City Pack 2. Aer is a San Francisco brand known for making urban carry gear. And the City Pack 2 is a part of their new City Collection, which updates some of their most popular bags, including the City Pack, the City Pack Pro, the Slim Pouch, the Aer City Sling 3, that's it. And they made a lot of changes with the update in this collection. Let's talk about some of the top features on this bag in particular. We've got Aer's new silhouette, which is significantly less rectangular. A quick access front pocket, a very well-designed admin compartment in the front, 3/4 opening to the main compartment, a very well-padded laptop sleeve, 2 side handles, 1 top handle, 1 water bottle holder, and one of the most comfortable harness systems in the game. And it self-stands pretty well too. As of recording, the City Pack 2 comes in 5 different color and fabric options. This one is the Cordura 1680D ballistic nylon in black. Now the capacity is 16 liters, and I must say it feels like a very tight 16 liters. And 16 liters is good for everyday carry as long as you're not carrying a ton of gear and you don't want a lot of versatility, you like it to look sleek and streamlined. But you're not gonna have the option to deck it out for those times when you are carrying extra gear. For the dimensions, we have a height of around 17 inches, a width of around 13 inches, and we will try to remember to measure the depth when the bag is fully packed out. Airbags are pretty typically heavy for their respective sizes. On scale number 1, we're getting 2.5 pounds. And 2.4 pounds on scale number 2, which is heavy considering the fact that it's only a 16-liter backpack. This is the Aer City Pack 2 when it is empty. And this is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation team. For reference, I'm 5'8" and Margaret is 5'2". And we're gonna pack out this bag throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All Aer bags come with a lifetime warranty against manufacturing defects. And for all that, this bag runs around $149 US. And if at any point in this review you're thinking to yourself, I might pick one of those bad boys up, or I wanna find out some more information. Well, if that's the case, then we highly recommend that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. All right, let's talk about the front of the Aer City Pack Pro. Starting with the aesthetic. And Aer's aesthetic to me has always been just like urban, kind of masculine urban. That's just the 2 words that I think of when I see an Aer bag. And for this new version, Aer has not toned down the urbanness, but they have toned down the masculinity-ness, new word, by kind of rounding off these edges a little bit and making the bag a little bit less square-like. This primary fabric is amazing. It's a 1680D Cordura ballistic nylon. Ballistic nylon, most backpacks use ballistic nylon because it's kind of like the perfect fabric for backpacks. It's nice, it's professional, it's insanely abrasion resistant, and it's got some decent weather resistance to it as well. And the fact that this is made by Cordura is awesome because Cordura is one of the best thread makers in the game. So it's an incredibly high quality fabric, but it's heavy. 1680D is a very heavy denier, which is contributing to the weight of this bag, along with its padding and construction. Just Aer makes heavier bags. Now on the front, we're gonna talk about 2 pockets. We got the quick access pocket right here, and then the admin pocket right here. For the front pocket, it should be noted it's protected with a YKK PU coated zipper. This is a chunky zipper, number 10, I believe. My suspicions are confirmed. But if you look at the rest of the bag, you'll notice this is the only PU coated zipper offered, and PU coating is this glossy look that you get, and PU coatings are great because it gives you extra weather resistance, but it can peel over time as well. Pro and a con, keep that in mind. When you get inside this pocket, it doesn't go up at all, right? So it's sewn closed here, and then it just goes down to the bottom of the panel. So this is the real estate that you're dealing with. These 2 pleats at the bottom, they're quite nice because they help to give the bag a bit of extra volume, which means that in this pocket, you can actually pack out bulkier items. And then we've also got a key leash. And one thing to know is that YKK PU coated zippers can be very sticky. That coating just makes them kind of harder to open and close. But Aer gave you these little pull tabs right here, which give you a little bit extra leverage, which makes it significantly easier. Now for the admin compartment, these are not PU coated zippers, so they zip significantly faster. And this is where the organization is, baby. And also notice this beautiful interior setup, starting with the lining. This is a ripstop lining, and these pockets right here have a little bit of expansion to them, a little bit of stretch. We got 2 of these as well at the bottom, and it goes all the way down to here. Let's pack out the front so you can get an idea of how it works. So you can see right here, I got a bunch of everyday carry stuff that I think will work perfect in these front 2 compartments. We got a back sleeve right here, which I think is a great spot for a book and possibly a Kindle as well, if you want to double up on your book reading. Here we've got my Infinacore P3 Pro. This thing is great because it's a portable power adapter and MagSafe charger, and it has all different plugs so you can use it while traveling around the world. You can find more information about this guy linked below. I'm gonna put my wires in this pocket, AirPods there, chapstick here, little Zyn tin. In these 1-2 bottom lining pockets, I'll throw a couple of tissues. Then in the front, I'll throw my over-the-head headphones. I like putting my headphones here because you get quick access to them. Yeah, they fit it's a tight fit, but they fit. And like I said, because of these pleats at the bottom, this pocket has a bit more volume, so you can fit bulkier bits of gear like those headphones. Also pop the keys on the leash. And we got a bit of extra space in the middle. I'm gonna throw my glasses, and that's it. Now we really packed out this section to its capacity. But you can see Aer is so good at giving you extra room where you don't always think that you might have it. Oh, but now that I see this actually, let's take the glasses out of there, and we're gonna put them in the next section, which is actually in the middle of the bag. Let's talk about the middle of the Aer City Pack 2. Starting with my shades, I'm gonna go ahead and pop them in this zippered pocket here. This uses the same stretchy premium fabric that's used in this compartment as well. Great spot for your sunglasses. It's got some depth to it. Aer used to use like a thicker material here with a microfiber lining that made the glasses feel a bit more protected, but now they feel a little bit less protected and it goes quite deep. I don't know. Do you feel safe putting your sunglasses in a backpack like this, where they're just sort of at the bottom there and potentially getting squished by whatever you're packing in the main compartment? Or do you not really care? Let me know what your policy is in regards to sunglasses and backpacks in the comments below. Now, before we get into the main compartment, let's just talk about the sides, starting with the bottom, where you can see this bag is actually self-standing pretty well. Now, granted, I have it totally front-loaded, right? So it's not really gonna stand great at this point in time. But you can see we have this sort of crease at the bottom right here, and it is flat when this crease expands. So if the bag is packed out correctly, it will self-stand pretty well. Water bottle, let's talk about this guy. As you can see, the water bottle holder has this little expander right here, which is great because it keeps the water bottle holder nice and flush for now. But eventually, if you really start packing that out with girthy water bottles, then it will lose a bit of its tightness over time. We're gonna test out a couple water bottles in this holder in just a minute. Getting into the main compartment, I gotta tell you, it's 16 liters apparently. Maybe it is. It feels like it's 14 to 16, somewhere in that range. It's definitely not a very big bag. We're gonna load it out so you can see what we're dealing with here. Starting with the laptop compartment, I got a 13-inch MacBook Pro. You can see it slides right in here. Aer's tech security is fantastic. This is very well padded on both sides. And we got a little bit of a false bottom here. Yeah, this guy stops like right there, so if you drop the bag, it's less likely to damage your laptop. And I got a 17-inch Asus VivoBook right here, and I'm gonna bet this fits. Ooh, so it does, but it also don't. Or does it? Oh yeah, we're getting it. Hell yeah, baby. So 17 inches, you can see, yeah, you're probably not gonna wanna do that because it's sort of poking out right here and putting some strain on that zipper. So not ideal for a 17-inch laptop, but this is a 16-inch MacBook Pro cutout. You can see it does fit quite nicely. Now, if you do own a 17-inch laptop and you want to find a bag that can accommodate, just go ahead and watch this video here. Now, in this sleeve, you can fit a bunch of tablets, and I know that because my 13-inch MacBook Pro fits in the sleeve as well. But now when that front pocket is really packed out and you got a laptop and maybe a tablet in the tech sleeve, that's when the main compartment really is gonna be running out of space. And this 3/4 opening is kind of annoying. It's not my favorite. I understand that they had to accommodate the water bottle holder, and the side profile is too thin as to really, where there weren't any other options, right? So it was either water bottle holder like this or no water bottle holder in full clamshell, and you would have pissed people off no matter what. So you can see I'm trying to even put a sweater here at the bottom, and this is just the thing with a 16-liter backpack. It's just tight is all. So if you're carrying a crap ton of gear, this might not be enough space for you. Got the sweater on the bottom, we'll throw a tech pouch on the top, and that's gonna be it. But notice, now that we've provided a nice base for the bag, it's self-standing very well. Water bottle holder. I got a 24-ounce Columbia, and we're fitting in there. Tight squeeze, but it works. But I do not think the 1-liter Yeti is going to fit in. Let's find out. Okay, that could work as well. We're really stretching the capacity. This guy's gonna be feeling it after a couple of days. But again, Aer, very good at giving you extra volume where you need it. And the last note on the middle of the bag are the handles. We've got top handle here and 2 side handles. Love these handles for the fabric that's being used. This is a high quality nylon webbing, same material that a nice seatbelt uses, so it's smooth, it feels good. You're not gonna wanna carry this thing in briefcase mode too often, I don't think. So if you're looking for like a true hybrid, like this isn't really it. This is just for when you need a little extra leverage. Maybe you're, popping the bag over top during a flight. Same thing with the top. They're very well padded handles though. But our media manager, Margaret, does think that aesthetically, she doesn't quite like how that works so much, especially with this new sort of like cascading silhouette where these handles are a bit more noticeable. What are your thoughts? Do you like the handles? Not a fan of the aesthetic? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the back of the Aer City Pack 2. And I gotta admit, when it comes to Aer, I think that they just nail it for comfort. These shoulder straps are incredibly chunkalicious. Not too wide. We've got a width of 2 3/4 inches, which gives you just enough sort of a landing base so the shoulder straps aren't quite cutting into you. But it should be noted too, like if you don't like chunky shoulder straps, you might hate Aer bags because they don't have like a light and breezy feel. They're very well padded. We call it the Aer mattress experience here, but they're not the lightest. It's kind of just like that design philosophy of Aer. Heavy, bulky, but comfortable. No doubt about that. On the shoulder straps, we have a couple of external lash points right here. These are very tight and they utilize a Hypalon that's a little on the sticky side, but it will allow you to clip things externally onto your straps. Same thing with this D-ring right here. We'll talk about the shoulder straps a little bit more in depth in a sec when I put the bag on. But talking about comfort, dude, look at this back panel. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 beautiful chunkalicious panels that are all well padded and well ventilated. And this new 4-way design has allowed Aer to improve their luggage pass-through holder, secured with a Velcro right here. When unsecured and popped like this, you can carry your bag now vertically on your suitcase, which is how the bag is supposed to be carried, in my opinion. And then just testing out that comfort. We decked this thing out, right? There's a lot of stuff in here, but it's so comfortable. Enhanced by the sternum strap. I've become a sternum strap. Can you say that on YouTube? I don't know, but I am. I really am. No, I'm not ashamed. You can't shame me for my sternum strapness. Even on a bag this size, 16 liters, when I'm walking around the city all day, because I live in Hong Kong, and I can walk 2 miles in a day on the train, like I'm using the sternum strap at all times to take weight off the lower back, redistribute it to my front. It's just so much more comfortable. And the sternum strap is adjustable. And we got a little dangle stopper right here, which makes this little guy happy. Keep it dangle in its place. Overall, it's an insanely comfortable bag. I don't really need to talk about it too much because Aer just makes stupid comfortable bags. As long as you don't mind that little bit heavierness and that little bit of chunkierness. If so, you can't go wrong. And if you're sitting here watching this, you're thinking to yourself, wow, we talked about comfort and design and aesthetics and functionality, and I just don't want this to end. I love bags and travel gear and everyday carry gear. Then I gotta let you know that here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do bag reviews on our YouTube channel, but we actually take things even a step further. A couple times a month on the Nomads Nation newsletter. And in that newsletter, you can look at me as your sort of reporter in the field, where I'm on the front lines of the world of travel and everyday carry gear, and I'm telling you about the newest drops, limited edition collabs, travel tips, EDC hacks, you name it, we cover it. So if you want to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in the world of travel and EDC gear, be sure to sign up to the Nomads Nation newsletter, which you can do by finding this globe emoji in the description below. I hope to see you in your inbox. Okay, let's wrap this review up by talking about the overall pros and cons of the Aer City Pack 2. Pro number 1, insane comfort. Pro number 2, I think the high quality materials and fabrics to cost ratio is actually good. And pro number 3 is the bag has really impressive laptop protection. But on the flip side, let me tell you about some of my cons. Con number 1 is, to me, it does feel slightly tight for a 16-liter bag, especially in the main compartment. Con number 2 is, for the size, it is a bit on the heavy side. And con number 3 is that the aesthetic on these side handles aren't gonna be everyone's favorite. But maybe you're thinking to yourself, I don't know what you're talking about. They are my favorite. This whole bag is my favorite, and I'm gonna get one. Well, just a reminder, if you're gonna make a purchase or you wanna find out more information, we do recommend that you do so with the first link in the description below, just because that makes sure that you get the best price, and if there's any discount codes, that's where they'll be. But if you're not quite sold, I did tease some alternative recommendations that are similar to this, so let's talk about them real fast. Alternative recommendation number 1 is gonna be the Bellroy Transit Workpack Pro. It's a great option for you if you're digging the city vibes, you want ballistic nylon and chunky shoulder straps, but you want a bit more capacity and you kind of want to see how a different brand does it. Because Bellroy is a little bit less masculine, a little bit more sophisticated, but without sacrificing any functionality. And alternative recommendation number 2 is going to be the Evergoods CTB20. Great option for you if you do want a bit more packing space, but you want a bag that maybe it's a little bit less urban, kind of has a bit more of an outdoorsy look, but not too outdoorsy, right? That's what Evergoods does best, this crossover aesthetic, and they make some of the most functional bags on the frickin' planet. I love all 3 bags. But if you're not quite sure about this one, you're definitely gonna wanna watch these videos here to see which one of these bags is best for you. If you got any questions about any bags, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.